Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside a very snowy weather window from this afternoon. And this is looking down from our Omi Gardens Sky-Fi Tower camera, I believe. And yeah, with the darkness out there, our camera not even picking up colors because it is so dark, and the low-hanging clouds, the snow. And we did see light snow off and on throughout the day today, and that is just going to intensify as we make our way into the evening hours. In fact, snow amounts as we get into tonight and into tomorrow, that's been updated this afternoon, late this afternoon. 4 to 6 inches now possible here in the Wenatchee area. 6 to 8 inches of snow possible up in the Okanagan country, maybe even 8 to 12 inches. 6 to 8 inches also expected around Plain, and then it gets much less as you head east on I-90, about an inch or two around Moses Lake and as you travel into Spokane. But we are going to warm up, and then another storm system moving our way just in time for the weekend, and we'll talk about that as well coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A 15-year-old Wenatchee boy pleaded guilty Tuesday in the accidental shooting of his friend, but will serve probation instead of detention. A Moses Lake woman convicted of sexual abuse may not be able to return to work as a home care aide once she's released. And a Moses Lake man wanted on a felony warrant ran from Grant County Sheriff's deputies Tuesday morning, but couldn't hide from Canine Chica. But first, we begin tonight. Jennifer Tyler, who's been fired twice from the Chelan County Sheriff's Office, appeared Tuesday before the Chelan County Commissioners seeking her old job back. Her union, the Deputy Sheriff's Association, says Sheriff Brian Burnett interfered in union business when he fired Tyler last August after she criticized a candidate for Gilded Vice President in an email chain. Tyler told commissioners that she's been praised by her supervisors and similar standards haven't been applied to others on the force.
Again, January 2018, mediation took place. They declined my resignation, stating I was a good deputy.
The commissioners must vote later this month or whether to overrule the firing and reinstate Tyler. She successfully sued the department in 2018 for retaliation and wrongful dismissal and unsuccessfully ran against Burnett in the 2018 election for sheriff. She's now suing again in federal court. A 15-year-old Wenatchee boy pleaded guilty Tuesday in the accidental shooting of his friend, but will serve probation instead of detention. The youth was playing with a handgun on Halloween night in a bedroom in the 600 block of Orondo Avenue with several other juveniles present when he shot another 15-year-old boy in the shoulder. It was just a flesh wound, but the boys later lied to Wenatchee police and said they'd been shot at by an unknown assailant while trick-or-treating. The youth pleaded 2 counts of third-degree assault, unlawful firearm possession, and making a false statement to police. Court Commissioner Tracy Brandt deferred his sentence, meaning he won't face penalties if he completes a year's probation and serves 150 hours of community service. In other news, a Moses Lake woman convicted of sexual abuse may not be able to return to work as a home care aide once she's released. The Department of Health has filed misconduct charges against 27-year-old Austin Drummonds, who pleaded guilty last August to 2 counts of third-degree child rape. If upheld, the administrative charges would suspend or revoke Drummond's health care license. She's serving 30 months in state prison. A Moses Lake man wanted on a felony warrant ran from Grant County Sheriff's deputies Tuesday morning, but couldn't hide from Canine Chica. 28-year-old Victor Solis was pulled over while driving an ATV in the Larson housing community outside Moses Lake. While the deputy was checking on a warrant for Solis' arrest, the suspect took off on foot through the neighborhood, shedding his jacket and motorcycle helmet along the way. After deputies sealed off the area, Chica was sent in and found Solis hiding next to a shed. Medics treated Solis for a bite wound on his thigh before he was taken to jail on the felony warrant and additional charges of obstructing a law enforcement officer and criminal trespassing. Coming up next, good news and bad news in the latest unemployment report from the state's Employment Security Department. Those snow dumps that have contributed to the closing of our mountain passes have had another effect, improved snowpack. And it took 2 tries, but Maria Iniguez has officially been appointed to the Wenatchee School Board. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back. In another news, Wenatchee area unemployment rates have risen in each of the past 12 months, and the pace of growth in the non-farm labor market has lagged well behind the state's growth pace. Those were the latest findings from the state's Unemployment Security Department in a report released on Tuesday. The Wenatchee area unemployment rate rose 0.3 percentage point between November 2018 and November 2019. But on the positive side of things, the Wenatchee Metro civilian labor force has expanded year over year in 28 of the past 29 months, and the local economy gained 200 non-farm jobs between November 2018 and 2019. Non-farm employment in the Wenatchee MSA increased by 0.4%, also between the Novembers of 2018 and 2019. Well, those snow dumps that have contributed to the closing of our mountain passes have had another effect: improved snowpack. Just 2 weeks ago, the water held in mountain snow in the Central Columbia Basin was just 53% of average. As of yesterday, the total was 80%. Mountain snowfall is a reservoir for streams and rivers in our hotter, drier months, so more is better, even if it does interrupt traffic over Stevens and Snoqualmie passes. Well, it took 2 tries, but Maria Iniguez has finally been appointed to the Wenatchee School Board. Iniguez, an administrative assistant at Wenatchee Valley College, originally was selected to fill a vacant board position on January 9th. At the same time, the board picked attorney Julie Norton for another board vacancy. Later, the district discovered that appointees need 3 board votes. Iniguez initially was picked by a 2-to-1 vote, with Michelle Sandberg voting against her. On Tuesday, Norton was sworn in, then another vote was taken, with Iniguez receiving the necessary 3 votes. Iniguez will be sworn in at tonight's board meeting. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
You want to help others. You need a solid career. You can have both with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, stop by our campus at 595 Grant Road across from Safeway or visit chartercollege.edu.
People are really skeptical of our industry. They have been sold products, they have been sold policies they either don't need, don't understand, confusing. I understand that. We are more about the process and the people. Our SFG Roadmap is designed to take care of all of those concerns. For those that have questions about their retirement, we would love the opportunity to sit down and chat with you.
Reinventing FaceTime here at Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, a new family-owned and operated business located in the heart of downtown Wenatchee. Owner Andrew Vickery brings forth years of experience to help you transition your backyard into a place where memories are made, family time is looked forward to, and friends are always welcome. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa offers many different styles and sizes of artesian spa. Let us help you add hydrotherapy to your already healthy lifestyle.
This is Caitlin Hedershe, the producer of the NCWLIFE magazine. Each week, I'm bringing you a look behind the scenes of the faces, places, and events that make North Central Washington the place we call home. Tune in every weekday for an in-depth look at a new topic each week. From local artists in their studios to businesses breaking barriers that might surprise you and everything in between. Join me on the NCWLIFE magazine right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, it appears Douglas County PUD commissioners will take action later this month on substantial rate hikes affecting the area's blockchain and data processing industry. PUD commissioners continued collecting public comment at their Monday board meeting. General Manager Gary Ivory presented a modified proposed rate strategy that would phase in up to 3-digit rate increases over the next 5 years. He recommended ending the moratorium on new blockchain processing businesses. The board also changed the resource availability on future applications. The PUD claims the additional revenue is for needed work at the Wells Dam project. The rate issue has resulted in significant pushback from community leaders. Sharing the concerns of the Douglas County Commissioners, Chelan Douglas Regional Port Authority CEO Jim Kuntz issued an open letter to the PUD outlining the port's problems with the rate increases. In that letter, Kuntz called on the PUD to do more detailed cost analysis of revenue needed for improvements at that Wells Dam project. Douglas County Commissioner Kyle Steinberg says he met with PUD General Manager Gary Ivory last Friday to share his concerns about the potential economic downside to raising rates on data server farms and Bitcoin mining. Steinberg urges more deliberation.
It's a bigger conversation to be had when I think you're going to impact that many of their ratepayers and taxpayers. And we don't want to put any more burden on our residents here for any more taxes. And so we hope that a decision by another agency doesn't have to lend itself to that. So we look forward to working with the PUD and the PUD commissioners and, Gary Ivory in whatever capacity they allow us to, and having more conversations to try to get this issue resolved to everyone's best benefit.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those details, as we always do, let's take a look down at the Wenatchee Valley from one of our Sky-Fi tower cameras. Today we're looking down from Omi Gardens. You can see the camera shaking a little bit out there. We had some wind this afternoon, and we did see, light snow flurry activity almost all afternoon, and that will just intensify as we make our way through these evening hours now. But unofficially today, it wasn't very warm, that's for sure, as far as temperature temperatures go well below where we should be. 16, our unofficial high temperature. Things may warm up as we make our way through the evening hours as well, so that could get bumped up into the 20s when we get back together tomorrow. 34 is our normal high temperature. 9 is where we started this morning. 25 is our normal low temperature. Record high 1994. It was 53 degrees. Record low 3 degrees, and that was in 1997. No new precipitable moisture out of this light snow this afternoon, so we're staying at 5/100ths of an inch since the 1st of January. Sunrise this morning 7:44, and the sun set this afternoon at 4:37. Let's take a peek at how your Thursday is going to shape up. And one thing that will jump out to all of us and all of you, jumped out to me earlier, warmer temperatures as we get into Thursday. That's going to feel good. Mid-30s for Moses Lake, Ephrata, and Quincy. We'll still linger in the lower 30s, but that's much better than 16 today. 32 Chelan tomorrow, and 33 the high up in Omak. Taking a look at that surface loop, most of the energy from this snow by about 10 or 11 o'clock tonight will be to our north and then moved off into parts of the panhandle of Idaho, leaving kind of a bare spot here in parts of Washington, but we'll still see about an 80% chance of snow tonight. Winter weather advisory in effect till 10 o'clock, and by the time we get into Thursday morning, maybe about 3 inches of snow on the ground. Mostly cloudy, a 20% chance for snow on Thursday. A bit of a ridge of high pressure building up and over the Pacific Northwest, and that will allow some warmer air to move in, and that's going to feel nice after the last couple of days. By Friday, here's our next big storm system, and it's bringing a lot of moisture just off the coast of Washington State. A 30% chance of snow during the day Friday. That goes up to a 50% Friday night. And here we go, an 80% chance on Saturday. 3 to 5 inches possible now, almost throughout all of north central and eastern Washington on Saturday. Be very careful if you're traveling around the states, especially west in the mountain passes. A little bit quieter then for Sunday. We still might see an isolated snow shower or two, but basically just mostly cloudy and mild out there with temperatures warming up. We'll see that for Monday too, but a 30% chance for rain and snow. But notice the greens. Those are 40 and 50 degree temperatures. Just a few lingering 30s in portions of the Cascades. As we get into the end of our forecast then on Tuesday, cloudy with rain and snow likely. You can see it all over the Pacific Northwest, and it will stay mild. So most of that precipitation on Tuesday will be in the form of rain. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast. 20 degrees, the overnight low tonight. That's because we're going to warm up throughout our evening hours, and then our low will drop down to about 20 around midnight or so. Remember, you're going to see snow as you get up and make that morning commute tomorrow. 31 is for our high temperature tomorrow. A 30% for just scattered snow showers pretty much tomorrow. Things begin to warm up then too by the end of the week. 32 on Friday. Another good shot for snow. 3 to 5 inches on Saturday. 33 degrees are high. And then the big warm up begins on Sunday. 37 then, with 39 expected on both Monday and Tuesday, with about a 30% chance for rain mixed with snow. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it in the radio or seeing it in the newspaper. I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
Local
Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza. Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. Let's dive right into last night's sports with the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard. First of all, in girls bowling, Wenatchee swept 2 games and 2 bakers from Ellensburg in its non-league match at Eastmont Lanes yesterday afternoon. Eastmont also a non-league winner over Sela by a score of 3-1. With just a couple of weeks left of the season, Wenatchee's in first place in the Big Nine standings, as you see there, at 8-2. Eisenhower second after its win over Sunnyside yesterday. They're 7-2. Panthers have just 2 league matches remaining. They'll host West Valley Tuesday and then travel to Eisenhower in that battle for first place next Thursday. If they win both, they'll host the Big Nine District Tournament at Eastmont Lanes. Eastmont currently sits in third place at 6-3 with 3 matches left. They'll travel to Moses Lake on Thursday, then Davis Tuesday before wrapping up the season at home on the 28th against Sunnyside. Well, here's what the Les Schwab Prep wrestling scoreboard looks like. Wenatchee had an easy road at West Valley last night, getting 8 forfeits en route to a 69-6 win over the Rams. In challenged matches last night, the Panthers' Oscar Martinez won at 132 pounds. Leo Gutzweiler pinned at 152. Orlando Rodriguez also got a pin at 182 pounds, and Toby Hamilton pinned at 120. Wenatchee's tied with Sunnyside at 3-0 in the Big Nine dual meet standings and will host Moses Lake tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. I'll be Matt Side to provide play-by-play here on the NCWLIFE channel. We'll have that on TV following hockey night tomorrow night. You can watch the wrestling at about 9 o'clock. Well, meanwhile, the Moses Lake Chiefs will be coming in after a 63-16 win over Eisenhower to improve to 3-1 on the dual meet season. Moses Lake had 6 pins in the victory, including one in 35 seconds. At 132 pounds by Hunter White. Well, what an exciting one down in Ellensburg last night. Came down to the final match of the night with the host Bulldogs and visiting Ephrata Tigers tied at 36-36. That's when Lucas Tucker pinned Joshua Witchers in the super heavyweight match to give Ephrata the 42-36 victory. It was a double duel for Ephrata, also wrestling last night. The Tigers topped East Valley of Yakima 60-24. Also on the wrestling match last night, the non-leaguer Lake Roosevelt tipped over Cascade by a final of 48-25. That one was up in Leavenworth. And oh, by the way, the Wenatchee girls also a winner last night at West Valley by a final of 18-6 on the varsity side. Well, turning to the Les Schwab Prep girls basketball scoreboard, in Central Washington Athletic Conference play, Toppenish beat Ephrata 67-55. East Valley topped Quincy by a final of 60-24. In Caribou Trail League last night, Chelan beat up Cascade 61-18. And in North Central B League play last night, Lake Roosevelt had no trouble with Manson, winning 51-7. And in a battle for first place, Waterville Mansfield beat Brewster 68-47. That gives the Shockers a sweep of the season over the Bears. The Lady Shockers will have another big test coming up on Friday at Liberty Bell to see if they can hang on to first place. One more game had Wilson Creek topping Entiat in girls play by a final of 49-38. On the boys' side last night, Toppenish put up 93 points as we turn to the Les Schwab Prep boys basketball scoreboard. Wildcats beat the Ephrata Tigers 93-87. Excuse me. Also in the CWAC last night, East Valley defended its home court with a 63-41 win over Quincy. Cashmere got 18 points from Sam Phillips to win a non-league game against Cle Elum at home at Rondon Memorial Gymnasium, 64-51 the final in that one. Also, Chelan held Cascade to single digits in three of the four quarters last night as the Goats beat the Kodiaks 59-34. Nate Harding and Reed Stamps led 4 players in double figures, each with 13 points for Chelan. Chelan coach Jeff Pearl said, quote, "We continue to shoot a dismal percentage from behind the arc, but our guys are figuring out that we are at our best when we attack the rim," end quote. Also on the B League floors last night, Lake Roosevelt handled Manson 55-29. Brewster blew out Waterville Mansfield 106-35. I think that's 2 times in a week that Brewster scored over 100 points. Also, it was Wilson Creek. Actually, Entiat beat Wilson Creek by a final of 74-26. Here's a reminder what's coming up on the NCWLIFE sports schedule for the rest of the week. Resumes tomorrow night with hockey night as the Wenatchee Wild host the Trail Smoke Eaters. Our checker has the call beginning here at 7 o'clock. Then we'll bring you Wenatchee and Moses Lake Wrestling. That's afterwards at 9. Coming up Friday, Grant also will be courtside at Eastmont High School. The Wildcats will host Sunnyside in a Big 9 doubleheader. Girls at 6:30. The boys will follow at about 8 o'clock. Then on Saturday, I'll be at it again at Wenatchee High School where the Panthers will host Eisenhower. Girls and boys in basketball will have the girls game live at 5:30, followed by the boys game at 7:30 right here on your home for local sports, the NCWLIFE channel. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And finally tonight, if you've been wondering what's going on with Stevens Pass, which has been closed since Sunday afternoon, the Washington State Department of Transportation has some photos and video showing you what they're dealing with. And unfortunately, it's not going to get much better. From the west, the pass is shut down completely. Many trees have fallen and more are dangerously leaning, threatening both the roadway and power lines. And that has meant a big cleanup. If you have a video of the day that you'd like to see on the NCWLIFE Evening News, message us on our Facebook page at the NCWLIFE channel. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we took our cameras down to the stage of the Numerica Performing Arts Center, and we interviewed the folks who are participating in Dancing with the Wenatchee Stars. It's a big event on Friday night at the Numerica PAC. We talked to 2 professional dancers and 2 amateur dancers who happen to be local celebrities, plus Alex Haley. And tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, you'll have a chance to win tickets, not only to see Dancing with the Wenatchee Stars on Friday night, but also tickets for Wenatchee Wild hockey this weekend. I'm giving away the farm tomorrow. Join me live at 7 a.m. from this very studio for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Dan. We'll see you then. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us and have a great night.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
When it comes to our community, you can count on Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram to be invested. From supporting community college scholarships through a concert series or participating in a local high school homecoming event, Town Chrysler has always put the community first. Buying local supports the jobs and programs you care about most. When it comes time to buy your next new or used car, SUV, or truck, remember, there's no reason to leave town.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I am a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.